Namaskar, I'm Suruchi Das and you're watching Ritam News. Relations between India and Canada are witnessing a continuous decline, with recent developments further deepening the rift between the two nations. However, if we closely examine the decline in India-Canada relations, we'll see that this isn't a recent issue. Support for separatism in Canada didn't begin with the current Justin Trudeau government. Its roots trace back to his father, Pierre Trudeau's tenure. The Trudeau family's policy has been a result of vote bank politics and efforts to appease certain groups residing in Canada. Today, we'll explore how this politics of appeasement and support for separatism has brought India-Canada relations to a difficult crossroads. The recent controversy between India and Canada arose over the assassination of separatist terrorist Hardeep Singh Nijjar. On the evening of June 18, 2023, Nijjar was shot dead outside a Gurudwara in Surrey, Canada. Following this, the Canadian government accused Indian agents of being involved in Nijjar's murder, but failed to provide any solid evidence. Canada recently reiterated these accusations, and India responded by calling them baseless. The Ministry of External Affairs stated that Canada was repeating these claims without providing any proof, and Indian diplomats were being targeted. In retaliation, India took strong actions, recalling its diplomats and expelling 6 Canadian officials. Nijjar, for whom Justin Trudeau is lamenting, was on India's top list of 40 terrorists. He was named in plots involving attacks on several Hindu temples in Canada, and the Indian government had urged Canada to take action against him. Yet, Canada's government adopted a lenient stance, even holding a moment of silence in the Canadian Parliament for terrorists like Nijjar. This lenient approach towards separatists has led to a growing threat in Canada. These separatists roam the streets of Canada without fear and carry out terrorist acts, including the March 23, 2023 grenade attack on the Indian High Commission in Ottawa, the June 4, 2023 parade in Brampton featuring a float celebrating the assassination of former Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, the September 20, 2023 threat by terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu calling on Hindus to leave Canada, and the July 22, 2024 attack on Swami Narayan Temple in Edmonton. The tension between India and Canada stretches back well before recent developments, with a significant chapter during Pierre Trudeau's tenure as Canada's 15th Prime Minister. Trudeau faced criticism for his approach to India, particularly due to his government's failure to act decisively against extremist elements. During 1980s, many terrorists from Punjab facing crackdowns in India sought refuge in Canada. Despite persistent requests from India for their extradition, Trudeau's administration refused to cooperate, further straining diplomatic ties between the two nations. The bombing of Air India Flight 182 on June 23, 1985 dealt a devastating blow to relations between Canada and India. A bomb concealed in checked luggage detonated mid-flight, killing all 329 people aboard, the majority of whom were Canadian citizens. Talvinder Singh Parmar, a member of the separatist group Babbar Khalsa, was identified as the mastermind behind this horrific attack. However, he was never brought to trial. In the years following the tragedy, only one person has been convicted for the bombing. Disturbingly, media reports have surfaced showing posters honoring Parmar in Canada, raising concerns about how such figures are remembered. So the question is, why Canada allowed separatist forces so much freedom? The answer simply lies in vote bank politics. Canada's next parliamentary elections are scheduled for October 2025, and separatist supporters are considered a significant vote bank for Justin Trudeau's party. However, last month, separatist supporter Jagmeet Singh NDP party, which had been part of Trudeau's government, withdrew its support, leaving Trudeau's government in a minority. But on October 1st, Trudeau's Liberal Party secured support from another party and passed the floor test. As per the 2021 census, Canada's population is 38.9 million, with 1.8 million Indians, making up 5% of the total population. Among them, more than 700,000 are Sikhs, representing 2% of the population. If Prime Minister Trudeau continues supporting separatism solely for votes, it will not only affect India-Canada relations, but also Canada's social fabric. India has always taken a firm stance against terrorism and separatism, and Canada must realize that terrorism knows no religion or country. What is part of their politics today could become a threat to their society tomorrow. India and Canada's relationship is at a historical turning point. These relations can only improve if Canada rises above its political interests, faces the truth, and rethinks its policies that promote terrorism. Jai Hind.